All right.
What is up?
We are letting people get rolled in here today. So, hey, thank you guys for joining in. Got a lot of fun things to talk about today. A
Oh
few things
yeah.
I want to go over, a few things Cody wants to go over. Hey, welcome in everybody. If welcome to another morning chat with Simply Investing. Sal and Cody here, kind of the crypto bros. If you can like, share, and subscribe, that'd be really helpful. We're live on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. Crypto chat is always going to be live every Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. And we also have our What's in Your Portfolio, which is a live event on Sunday. As always, the link to join will be in the crypto chat. And if you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and message us or switch over to YouTube, go into the Twitter, go into the description or the chat, and you can click the link to join us if you'd like. We don't, so you just got to make some questions quick. We don't have as much time as we'd like sometimes. So I want to make sure that everybody can get their questions in as quickly as possible. But we're going to go ahead and get started. We got quite a few of you, about 100 coming in on TikTok, a few others everywhere else. Hey, thank you guys for all your support. Help us get to 1,500 likes on this stream. Last time we got to 1,300. We're going to see if we could break that today. It really helps us out and really helps get our channel noticed. As you know, our background, Cody is the gentleman that got me into crypto about a year and a half ago, and it's been a crazy
Almost 2 years
ride.
actually, almost.
Yep, almost 2 years. So we're gonna get started. I'm gonna let Cody introduce himself here for you guys, and while I type everything in the chats for you guys.
Yeah, so basically I'm 22 years old right now and I have a lot of risk tolerance and I see a lot of upside potential in this market despite, what people say about it. Um, I don't think that, this overall market is like, oh, the future of everything. It's going to take over like finance. I just see that there's a lot of money to be made. And we're seeing it with the pre-halvings. If you looked at 2019 pre-halving, 2015 pre-halving years, I say this every time we go live, but you got to keep in mind that they're usually half green and half red. You know,
Mm-hmm.
bears are looking to take over soon. I mean, right now we have some upside movement, but that's pretty normal in a pre-halving year. You'll see some 5% gains, 10% gains here and there, but it still doesn't mean that we can't crash.
Oh, absolutely. And hey, guys, those of you who just joined, my name is Sal. Been in crypto for about a year and a half, but I also run several businesses. I invest in a lot of other people's businesses. I do in real estate investing, of course, the stock market, ETFs, all that fun stuff, as well as into crypto. And I also invest on Link2, which is also a platform to help you get a better understanding of becoming an accredited investor. And hey, Parker, if you can't answer that one, I feel sorry for you, but I guess you're a victim of the American school system. Terribly sorry. uh, but if I've been investing in crypto, so I have a little bit more wealth and income that I can invest than Cody and most young guys. So, but keep that in mind as my trading strategies are maybe a little different than yours if you're just starting out your journey. Yeah, speaking with Cody, let me share the screen here. The market kind of started out green today, like I was saying on our yesterday. Like I was saying, if yesterday was yesterday, if yesterday I stated that I made a big purchase in ETH or not ETH, I'm sorry, XRP, and it kind of made out today because right now we're sitting at XRP is at for almost 47 cents, and it's looking like we made a good jump, broke past the thing. Yeah, absolutely. We love green. Green's good for our wallet, and if so, make sure you if you're comfortable, take some of your profits. If XRP gets to 50 cents, I'm gonna be cashing out some of that profit that I made. So that'd be a quick transaction, easy way to get a little money, put it back on the side. Now, I was originally anticipating a big drop this weekend, but this is kind of going counterintuitive to what I was doing. However, it is certainly it is certainly a good start to the week. But like we said, every stream, crypto's been trading sideways, and it's just been a crazy experience. So, what do you got to talk about today, Cody? Because I have a few things I want to talk about.
Oh yeah, so on the XRP topic, I actually agree with what you were saying. I expected some downside too, but like I was saying, some 10%, 5% gains is pretty normal in this state of the market.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely,
you see OP right there, optimism. Let's talk about optimism because
certainly.
that's one that's been on my mind for a while.
Oh, okay. And hey, Britt, thank you for all the support there, Britt. Also, Bazoo, the pizza or donuts. Hey, no, hey, I don't do that. I got myself my water right here. So, water and coffee. You don't eat until you have a good day in business. That's how I roll. Sorry, go ahead, Cody. Didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, you're good. Optimism is a good one because it did come out in 2022, so it is fairly new. But optimism it just looks like a solid play. I'm not saying this is like a guaranteed bet. I don't even hold any optimism. I've been looking into it because you see every bull run, you see the new
Hmm.
coins pop off. I'm not saying that optimism's new. I mean, it's fairly new, but by the time we're in the 2025 run, it'll be about 3 years old, 2 years old. It was where Polkadot's at right now, and um, you could make some gains on that one if it keeps going based on what it's going right now with social ratings. A lot of people know about optimism. A lot of people on crypto Twitter and Reddit know about it. Optimism can keep going. It's a scalability solution. So scalability solutions are going to do very well.
Okay, well, hey, we got some good things here. So, shout out to Britt for commenting. Favorite thing to do is look at the laws and being passed and see what companies manufacturing materials or are the source for that long and then invest in them. That is a good idea. Always invest in things you understand, and of course commodities and manufacturing companies, because those generally produce value and can certainly add value to your portfolio as we grow, as the economy changes and grow. Just make sure you're investing in things that you certainly can understand and that you know how they're going to make their money and grow to future growth. So, but yeah, that's a good thing because like anything, right now, I would say anything in with uh, semiconductors, especially anything that's trying to start in America with semiconductors, is probably going to change the landscape a little bit. It might be a good thing to invest in, but yeah, Cody, I'm with you kind of on optimism. Like I added that to my watch list yesterday, along with the Sui coin as well. Um, let's see if I can pull it up here. Yep, here we go.
Can you
But
pull up the SUI white paper and let's discuss that because
yeah,
I still haven't
absolutely.
read the white paper. I want to dive deep into SUI and I want to see. Let's research this together. We talk about people doing. Let's actually do some research on stream. I think that'd be a very good idea. Let's do research. We're not promoting anything, but I think we should do on-screen research so all of our viewers can understand what we're talking about as well.
Absolutely. So I got the white paper here picked up. Before we get into our SUI analysis, um, yeah, that could also be a good thing to invest in. But keep in mind those contracts usually only last about sometimes 4, maybe 5 years, if they're lucky, 10 years. And but a lot of that they make the material, but the U.S. Treasury makes the actual paper for money. That's just how it's always been for the last like I think 100 years.
Right. So it says on the introduction, SUI is a decentralized, permissionless smart contract platform based towards low latency management of assets. That sounds like a good use case so far. That they hit it off with the very first sentence there.
Hmm.
And it's programming language. It defines assets as objects that may be um, Hold on, I need a view in is small. That may be owned by an address. Yeah, struct data values, package code values, typed data governed by move models. Each object is a struct value with fields that can contain primitive types, integers, address, other objects, and non-object
Mhm.
structs. Hmm. Go down to the smart contract programming.
There you go. Right there. So
Written in the move language. So I guess the move language is. I'm not sure if this is true, but it's kind of goes with Sui. You know, it's like moves like water.
yeah, that's what they were aiming for with the SUI platform is to have everything have interoperability be as fluid a transition as how water flows, kind of where the Japanese name SUI comes from. Uh, what I like is that it's looking to stream both all the blockchains as well as they're working with Facebook and the Meta and trying to merge the Meta blockchain with like Bitcoin and everything else. That way you can seamlessly transfer like your earned game income out of the Facebook and the into your wallet or transfer it to Bitcoin or a different coin. But this is also a good case that I think Sui's gonna in the future start getting on with Ripple and Hedera to get those transactions linked. And if it's working with Facebook Meta on their metaverse and doing the in-game currency to switch over, they will then what was I gonna say? That will then help give a strong user case for it. But right now, I don't know what the actual token is going to be used for, other than to be like used as the currency to burn for it.
Yeah. I mean, there needs to be more use cases for it for sure. I mean, so far it sounds good, but you have to really dig deep into these type of projects. You know, you mentioned Hedera. I like Hedera as well, but even with Hedera, I don't even hold any right now because I don't know. It moved weird last bull run, but a lot of people over time have caught on to Hedera as well.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, it's definitely has a lot of uses for it, and I think we're going to see a good jump on this. Now, it's very fortunate it came out right now while everything's trading sideways. I don't think you're going to see an explosion of this, but people have been predicting this to be around $6. It's like that's a little push right now, especially since nothing on the blockchain is actually moving yet. They're still trying to bring people in, bring developers in, bring notice to it. But at $1.17 right now is a really good time to get those buy-ins, get everything targeted in and locked into your wallet. My only thing with Sui is that I can't transfer it onto my Nano Ledger
I was
or
just about to say
my
that actually. I was literally just about to say that I can't hold it on my ledger. You know, I don't want to hold Sui. Sui is already a risk, but I also don't want to take another risk by holding it on an
Mhm.
exchange.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's simple because like there's such a great value, but like Arculus Wallet and Ledger don't allow you to store it on the wallet yet. So we got to get some support for that as this goes on. But they're not going to really pick it up until developers start working. There's activity on the chain. There's things being grown with the trade volume and everything. So it's just one of those things. It just has to take time doing it. So, but maybe this trading sideways next 5 months, we might see some we might see some groundbreaking work. If they get one big project to take off really, I mean, goddamn, if they get just one good contract really in there that adds significant value or just enough value, it's going to add value to the coin itself.
Oh yeah, you know, I was just thinking about this while you were talking too. The next 6 months is going to be November. 6 months from now is going to be November 2023, and that's
Mhm.
crazy. We'll literally be at the end of this year in about 6 months. That's crazy to think about, you know, because we're going to be close to the halving year, and it's just insane to think about. It's going to be an event. 2024 and 2025 is going to be entertaining. I think 22 and 23 were the boring years. I think 24 and 25 will be the years that we'll see some entertainment in the markets, you know.
Mhm. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Sui Coin is definitely gonna be in there. It might pull off like a polka dot run during the bull run where it just shoots up and skyrockets to that $55 point, which a 55x is just phenomenal. So like if you're gonna put
You put
5,000
in, I
in,
want to put in $1,000 honestly, just 1K and leave it there because if it 55x's, it's such a
yeah.
low price right now. You know, next bull run if it does well, that's a 55. If it, what's the tokenomics on it? What? How
Let
many
me
are in
see.
circulation?
How many are in circulation? Let me go back
Yeah,
over.
I want to see the tokenomics because if they're garbage, then that might be bad.
I think the total supply is 10 billion.
Is that the max
Max,
supply too?
yep, max supply 10 billion. All have
That's not
been
bad.
circulating supply is 5 528 million right now.
You know, they actually have a max supply. You know, yeah, Polka Dot and Atom. You know, those are competitors to Sui. I get. I mean, Sui is a competitor to them, but Polka Dot and Atom, they have a max. They don't have a max supply at all. So
No, they
that's
just
where the
they just
staking.
keep going.
That's
Yeah,
where the staking comes from, though.
exactly. As far as I know right now, there is no staking for the Sui coin. Um,
I mean, it's
it's
got a
really
max supply, though. I mean, I don't think it's
yeah,
a stake. I
yeah.
mean, ETH has a max supply. I'm pretty sure, right? Or does it have like?
Mhm.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think ETH has a max supply either. Let's take a look.
Sometimes I get confused on that. Sometimes I forget
Here we go.
because I want to buy some Ethereum after
Yeah.
Are you
It's
buying any Ethereum, so?
yes, I'm planning to this Sunday. Like Sunday is my target day to buy in, but it keeps rising. We were in the 1700 area and I was hoping it would drop to 1600, but I'm probably going to buy 10 ETH at the very least on this Sunday. If if the price is right, I'll buy more, but 10
Damn, I'm
ETH
gonna be
is
accumulating five over the with how much I'm adding. I'm adding about 15,000 within the next year. If I'm splitting it between Quant and ETH, I'm probably gonna have about four ETH and maybe about 60 Quant, 70 Quant if I'm lucky next year. So I mean, four ETH and 70 Quant, you know, that could be a huge bag. But I also have Polkadot and Atom too. So
oh, certainly. And that's like ETH is definitely gonna have a good run this year, especially with the 8% staking that's been announced and all the changes that finally went live with Ethereum. I mean, we've been waiting for years for that, and it just seemed like it kept getting pushed back, pushed back, pushed back.
go
But
on the log, go on Max and go on log.
where the hell is the log on this one? Because I'm on
Logmarith,
there it is.
yeah,
Okay. All right, so yeah, as you can see here,
it's been a
it's just
good store value. It does it has some downsides, but Quant even looks more compare that to Quant. I want to see Quants again. That one's
yes,
very comparable to Bitcoin. Very comparable. I
yeah,
mean,
as you
look
see,
at that.
just steady increases. And then that was the height of the bull market went down, but we haven't gone down much.
I want to keep taking a look at this because this is just like beauty to my eyes right there. Like,
Mhm.
even though we hit 450, 420, and we're at 100, the chart still looks like that long term, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
Scroll down a bit more.
Yep.
Yeah, like it's beautiful to me. Like it's so far since 2018, Quant has been a good store of value, especially if you bought in that early.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, if you bought it all time high, short term, you're eating shit. Right now you're eating shit, but it's
Yeah.
not gonna be like that forever.
Yeah, yeah,
It's not gonna be
exactly.
like that forever because I mean, obviously there's still heavy interest in quant. I'm seeing it on the chat threads. I'm seeing it on the chart. I'm seeing it on the ether scan. There's still demand for it. It hasn't even gone under 100 yet, and it can easily do so if Bitcoin went to 20K. But as of right now, we've been in the 100 range, that three-figure range for a while.
Oh yeah, we certainly have. And hey guys, if you guys are just joining us, like and subscribe. If you want to join in on the chat live, you can certainly go to our YouTube stream, go to the chat. The link is in the chat and in the description. But also, if you just want to ask a quick question, you can certainly just comment on TikTok or comment on the chat, and we will answer it to the best of our abilities for you guys. So, but back again, the quant, it's like one has a lot of uses. Two, a lot of big banks are involved. Three, a lot of smart money is involved. And there's just a lot of long-term holders on this for years, not even selling when they bought in for like less than $1 or at like $4 or $5. So at 105 right now, if you're getting in the next 2 years, you'll see a significant gain to that decision to get in. So, and like Cody said, there's 92,000 people on the watch list. There's tons of people commenting on it. They're putting in new developers, new
See, on Coin
new
Market Cap, there's about 200 and something thousand.
yeah. Yeah, let me pull up Coin Market Cap real quick here.
And see, you never know because it's like, is CoinGecko less body? Like, I don't know why. I don't know why they're so different when it comes to watch lists.
Yeah, so on Coin Market Cap, we have 265,000 watching this token, and it's got 2.4K followers right now. But I see the fact that there's not that many coins out there that are like Quant. This is very well hidden right now in the market and is a
Because it's
good
fast
chance to
and the tokenomics, the supply is low and it's fast. And when
get. Hmm. Yep.
people see that and they're like, damn.
Yeah, and the transaction speed not quite as fast as XRP, but it's right up there, like 15 seconds to get stuff transferred over, and it's cheap. It's like what was it like point 1,000? It's like 1,000th of a quant to transfer it.
Yeah, I remember I sent Quant to my wallet one time and it hit instantly. But that was just one time, probably when the network was probably faster, less congested. Who knows? But
Yep, and of course, they're doing a lot of things. The new version of Overledger launched in March, so they're making some headway this year. I do think that they're going to start really bouncing through towards the end of this year, and a lot of other things may start may start affecting the price in a positive way. My price target is about 190 for by the end of this year, but there's some people out there saying 700, 1,000, 1,500. So
what's your bull run prediction?
my bull run,
Yeah.
this one about 2,000. I'd say it'd be another couple bull runs before we see 10, maybe 15. But it's hard to speculate that far out. But with this
But you
bull
got to
run,
look at the market cap though. The market cap is like 1.2 billion, or it's crazy. It's in the 1 billion range, and that's very small, especially for even where it's at right now. Could you imagine when the market go to the market cap on Quant? Yeah, it's at
yeah,
1.27
well,
billion,
yep. So
and it's
it's
already at $105.
yeah, and they're only like 14 million tokens or something like that. It's a very, very small amount of tokens. Let me just go back over to quant here. Max supply. Where are you? There we go. Yeah, 14, 881, 364. So for like 14, just shy of 15 million tokens is the max supply, and there's only 12 million in circulation right now. So I mean, we could see it go down a little bit as more as the other 19% come into circulation, but going back to this front page here, I mean, you're looking at 528 billion for Bitcoin, and if Quant even gets to, let's just say, to Tether's valuation, I mean, that's crazy. That's a significant increase there, but that don't think we'll see that until next bull, till the second bull run. The next bull market, we might get to like around here, like the 1310, but that's a 10x, and I'll take a 10x any day of the week.
Oh yeah.
But let me go back over to crypto bubble here, because what's been crazy is that you can see here Hex and Pepe coin have been just spiking lately. And it's just crazy how this one now Hex is a little hard. You got to go through. You got to swap it over. But I don't really like getting coins I can't put on my wallets, and Hex is one of the ones I can't put on my Arceus wallet. So I'm not really a big fan of that one. Other until they get that switched over and changed, I'll start really consider getting it, moving it over.
Wait, which one?
Hex.
Yeah, we had some person talking about Hex yesterday.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, it's got a big community behind it, and that's what drives a lot of price. It did copy all the tokens on Ethereum, so you basically whatever that happened, that instance, some people made quite a bit of money, but I'm not really trying to chase gimmicks. I'm trying to chase value here, and that's one of the ones you can make money in. I'm not opposed to making money off of it, but I there's no value I see for 10 years out of it. Now H bar is one that I'm thinking about getting back into a hedging, because the last run up at the beginning of the year, I got a lot in at 5 cents. If I go for the year, because like it was down here, beginning of the year, and then that's when it shot up here, and I sold right around here. Kind of took profit somewhere here, so I might get back into it, but I don't see it getting this low ever again with Hedera. Cody, what are your thoughts on Hedera?
I like Hedera a lot. It's been around for a long time. It's extremely fast. It's got a huge community. It's almost got like an XRP like community to it.
Hmm.
And everybody's biggest flex for Hedera is the transaction speed. But there's more to it than just that. Apparently, they have a bunch of partners, and they're partnered with Google, like IBM, and all that. So
Yeah, they definitely got some value built into their network, but they're saying it's going to help with the interoperability and the speed of the transitions of the network here. So, but it's just one of those things, it's just going to take time. People are expecting it. I think I've seen as high price quotes as $85 for this coin.
I don't see
I don't
that.
I don't see that, but I do see 10. I do see 10. You might get to 10. So, you're getting in at 5 cents. Getting to 10 is a good.
$10 is even hard for me to see. I For Hedera, I see like a $5, like $3.80. That's XRP type all time high.
Yeah.
A 10x from 5 cents is what, 50? Yeah,
Yes. Yep.
and then a 10x from 50 cents would be, yeah, $5. So I mean that would make sense. But that'd be the maximum price I'd see Hedera, $5. I couldn't see anything over that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Even anything over 3 sounds a little hard for me.
Yeah. But ten is still in the realm of possibility, because I think this bull run is going to have more people getting involved in it, more people running straight through it. Uh,
It's like a snowball effect because 2021 we had people come in, and those people that came out and left in 2021, they're going to come back, and that happens. They always come back. when there's
Yeah.
money to be made.
Oh yeah. Once they start seeing other people making money, the average retail investor is going to pile into crypto again. And but that's just how all investment avenues work. That's just how it
Yes.
is. So so I don't really have much else to talk about other than I wanted to really talk about building and balancing your portfolio. I'm going to do just a standalone video on it in a couple weeks probably about it. But a lot of people are going in with these unbalanced portfolios into crypto, and if you don't diversify enough, you end up like one coin can take it down. Like the most infamous one is the Dogecoin millionaire. He made a lot of money originally, but he just stayed in that and it went down. And I think the only other uh, trade he made was he bought Solana with his exit Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and went and just crashed again. So you always want to place hedge bets, and when I mean hedge bet is like if you're putting money into Polkadot, well, its competitor is Atom. So you want to do like a 2-for-1 hedge, or a 1-to-1 hedge, or a 3-to-1 hedge. So what that means is if for every 3 dot I buy one Atom. That way, if dot goes down and Atom goes up, I'm going to level out my profit, and I'm still going to have a gain even though I lost on my original bet. That's what hedging is. That's what I do. So there really is no hedge to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's just kind of a good stabilizer to your crypto portfolio. But like Ethereum, I mean, I get you could kind of hedge it with Solana, Atom, and Dot. You can hedge against each other. XRP to Hedera, you can hedge them.
Quant and
Yeah.
XRP. That's
Yep.
what a lot of XRP holders do. Quant and XRP.
Yeah, that way, because if one really makes it, it covers the losses on the other one. If there's losses, or you might get a lucky event where you get both to join in for you.
That
And
could be very likely with sorry, very likely with Quant and XRP.
yeah,
Both, I can see both of them thriving. Very likely.
oh yeah, definitely, definitely for sure. And
Just at
it's
different times though. I feel like it's gonna play out like last time where XRP ran up. XRP is gonna run up in the beginning of the bull run and at the end. It's just how it is. XRP always runs up at the end and always has a slight run up at the beginning, but you're going to see the heaviest gains on XRP at the end. It's the same thing with Quant last bull run, and Quant wasn't really a part of the 2017 bull run. It came in 2018.
mm-hmm.
So I think last bull run was Quant's official first bull run. But last bull run, we didn't hit all time highs on quant until September. September was a weird time for crypto because I remember, people were saying, wake me up when September ends,
Yeah.
because that was a weird time. But quant was pumping like crazy. I remember hearing I remember hearing a bunch of streamers, YouTubers on crypto and shit. They'd be like, oh, quant's pumping, if you got in early, good luck to you, but it went really crazy. Quant's, I think, all time high volume was like
Hmm.
2 billion.
Yeah, I do. You can see that on the charts in September 2021. Even this year, though, it's up 53.4%. It's kind of been it had a dip to 45 in June, and then it had another dip back down to 51.
And then it got balled up like crazy.
Yeah, and then it just shot up. I mean, it just went gangbuster. And this is about when I got in about the 50 mark. I saw it was down here, but I thought it was going to go a little lower, but it didn't. And then it just rose. I kind of cashed out right here, a little bit of profit there. But then once the gaming, this is where I started dollar cost averaging in, just steady, steady, consistent buying of it.
It's exactly what I plan on doing. Then I'm spending the whole month of June. I'm putting 2 grand in quant.
Yeah, this is probably going to be a good time to get into quant because I don't think it's going to go really any further down much or any further up much. So, we're looking at maybe possibly getting to 130,
The
or
lowest I
we
can
might
see
get as
quant,
low as 90, maybe 85. I'm sorry.
realistically, if the market dropped hard. The lowest, the
Mhm.
absolute lowest I could see quant go to is $65.
Yeah.
$65 is the absolute lowest because right now we're at a $1.2 billion market cap. What's half of 105? I'm not doing the math in my head right now.
So that'd be 52.50. It still wouldn't hit the all-time low for the year.
Yeah, that we'd be the quant would literally be at like a $500 million market cap. That'd be
Mhm.
extremely low. If you buy a quant at 500 million, like, whew,
Yeah, you might get some good gains off of that, and we're talking gains of, you know, life-changing wealth, getting your setting up generational wealth, paying off debt, owning your home outright, you
that's
know,
why quant and
reset.
Ethereum are my biggest two because listen, you can't just own quant and not hold Ethereum, and here's why. Because
Exactly.
if you have a ledger and let you know you can obviously hold quant without ETH, right? But if you want to sell your quant, what's going to happen is if you want to move it out of your ledger, you're going to have some ETH because it's not going to let you move an ERC20 without ETH in your wallet. And if you don't buy ETH while it's low, and you're waiting until next bull market to buy your ETH to where you can move your quant, you're
Mhm.
paying a heavy fee on gas and Ethereum price. So it's like you might
Exactly.
as well just be buying both. That way, Ethereum's obviously going to make money, and Quant's going to make money too. You strongly believe both of those are going to make money. I just feel like you got to hold both. You got to hold ETH and Quant.
Exactly. ETH is just kind of that crypto silver you just need in your wallet.
The first mover advantage. People try
Mhm.
to kill ETH, even though Polkadot. I don't see that as a competitor. It's just trying to strengthen ETH. It's trying to make it better, but nothing can really kill it. It's already made a name. It's been in the market since
Mhm.
2015. Like it's first mover advantage. You can't really kill ETH. The only thing that could kill ETH is ETH itself.
Yeah, it is, and they've survived a lot of craziness. I mean, even Solana, which
We
was
expect everybody and their mom expected a dump on ETH after that update, but it didn't dump.
it didn't dump. It just got just got stronger and just set its
I
foundation.
was telling you that I predicted a dump. I'm gonna admit it. Like I was one of those people. I thought it was gonna dump.
Hmm. And I saw there's just a lot of value in Ethereum, but I was hoping for a real dump too because that way I could get in and get the max amount of ETH I could
You know
for
what's crazy? I'm sorry to interrupt. I want to talk about this though. Polkadot's down 46% on the year, but Quant is up 53% on the year.
Mhm.
That's insane.
Yeah,
So
in
while
in the
I
bear
was seeing
market.
most of, and what's crazy is I had no idea Quant was gonna move like that at all in 2022. I was just buying it because at the end of 2021 I liked it, liked the tokenomics, like what it was doing, and then for some reason in 2022 in the bear market, Quant actually did really well, and it's still up 53%.
Yep.
So, and all my money was going to quant, and I was thinking like, man, I should just buy Polkadot. I should just, but turns out I was actually by mistake making the right decision by dollar cost averaging in the quant all year because that's all I did last year. Like I added like $6,000 worth of quant in the past year.
Yep. Yeah, that was definitely a good decision. Like even though you started at like when we were 250 in 2021, but that just dollar cost averaging through that whole year made
My
sense.
very first buy-in was about $185, and it was. Remember, we moved that older guy, and he had that daughter, and
Yep.
we were at their house, and we had to move a bunch of crap in their attic.
Oh yeah.
That was and he tipped me the $200, and I got in the truck, and I was all like, "Man, this $200 tip, I'm buying quant with it." I didn't buy. I could have bought anything I wanted. I could have bought like weed or like nicotine or anything, but I was like, I'm just putting this $200 into quant, and I still hold that quant to this day. So
Yep. Exactly. And that's what I'm trying to show you guys. Like Cody's a young guy, 22, and he
I
was
was 21 at the time.
21 at the time. And if you guys are in your 20s and you're young, make that smart decision to get your finances set in motion in your early 20s because by the time you hit my age at 39, you're going to change. it's going to be a life-changing thing, and you'll see the people around you just are just now trying to figure out their finances in their late 30s, while you are set and you have a great foundation and you can go do what you please. You
You
can
know, I
work.
want to add something to that too.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is kind of off topic, but on topic off topic of what we talk about, and as far as finance, but on topic to what you just said. So you know how you said a lot of young people, they don't have their finances together. They don't have really a plan or any risk taking for their finances till they're like late 20s, early 30s. You know, that's actually why a lot of women are dating guys in that age group, because a lot of women nowadays, especially on dating apps, you know, they're saying, you know, screw guys in their early 20s. They don't have their shit figured out. You know, a lot of them, they're actually a new study that like over half of guys my age live at home still. And a lot of women date older guys like that because you know they're more established. You know, especially guys in their 30s. Once they hit 30, they're like, "Oh shoot, I got to get a grip on it now." When you could have done that in your early 20s, and that's what I'm doing. You know, I'm not judging any. I can't judge anybody because everything that I'm invested in, you know, that could potentially go to zero one day. You know, but at the
Mhm.
same time, I have the stride, I have the motivation and the ambition to where I want to take risks like this in my early 20s because I mean, if I was taking risks like this in my 30s, you know, people would look at me like I'm crazy, you know, 40s, especially if I don't have an established net worth. But if I'm in my early 20s, it's like it's almost like it's expected because that's the best time you should be taking risks.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like a lot of young people are saying, "Well, I can't afford a family, I can't afford kids, I can't afford this stuff." If you get your finances right, even in your first 5 years from 20 to 25, you have an entirely different outlook on life, and you don't have to work a job that you hate to get your bills paid. You can do a job that you love, even if it doesn't pay as much as other jobs. But because you set yourself up financially, you built up passive income, you built up your stock portfolio, your ETFs, your 401k, your Roth IRAs, your crypto accounts, and hopefully by you got your credit score in the 800s and you're able to have like 4 or 5 rental properties. That really sets you apart. It really sets you apart financially. That's like you move the glacier 15 miles in 1 year. Like that's how powerful that is. And it sets you up to where, let's just say, a bad economy, like now you're working at a tech company, they lay you off, and you don't know what to do. If you had that financial basis, you could just say, hey, I could chill and relax, backpack around the world, go visit family, go relax for a couple years, let the economy kind of settle down, reform. There's a lot of things that financial freedom can give to you guys.
Exactly. And that's why, you know, having the financial foundation I have, you know, yeah, I only have about shy of $10,000 in assets, right? But let's say, you know, I'm pushing forward in my career, you know, I find something I love, but then all of a sudden, you know, a company I'm working for, you know, they go to zero, or like a company I'm working for, you know, they lay me off. You know, if I have the foundation that I built up from 20 to 25, and something like
Yeah,
that
exactly.
happens, I'm fine. You know, and that's why, you know, my grandmother, she's all like, you know, Cody, you need to be living for now. You know, keep in mind my grandma was born in the 40s, but she's like, she tells me I need to be living for now and, you know, building up cash because, you know, that's what people in their generation knew. But I just don't see any value in just stacking up cash for what, when I
Mhm.
could be taking that risk in my 20s. And you know, even if crypto loses half of its value in the next year, I still have it on my ledger. I still own it, and I can just keep adding more to it to where, you know, we get into the next bull run. You know, people say, "Oh, well, you're not guaranteed a bull run." Yeah, that might be true, but eventually there's got to be one. There's no way it can just go down forever, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just one of those it's uh it's one of those things, like, you don't want to be 45 trying to figure this stuff out. You want to be 20 trying to get this started, learn. And unfortunately, a lot of American families, we just don't get the a lot of families don't talk about finances. Like
Especially
my
single mother households.
Exactly. And like my parents, they were very financially grounded. Like my mom was an accountant, my dad was a teacher, but his father owned his own architectural business and firm. So we had conversations about money. They taught me how to set up my credit from 16. So when I got out of college, I had an 800 credit score. I was able to get a good job. I knew I could get my car with no money down when I got out of college for my job and things like that. And it's like, wow, my friends from high school and college were trying to figure this out on their own. I had two people that already instilled into me, and that's unfortunate because a lot of young people just don't have that anymore. And I think if you had that financial base and understanding, which is what I hope to provide and help you guys answer these questions for you in these live streams and things like that. And you could see how just that little bit of a change in mindset can help change your financial future. Because that's, it's I run a moving company. I see a lot of young guys. I see a lot of mistakes. I see a lot of child support payments. Like yesterday, I had one guy. This was because he worked for me. I paid quite a bit more. He's now making somewhere in the neighborhood of $45,000 a year with tips, and he's just a helper. He's not even a driver or a team leader. And his child support went from like 400 a month to 987 a month. And
Damn.
it's like, well, here you go. Now I got to take out your check. That doing it that way changes your life and sets you back so hard. And then
That's why I'm not bothered, messing with a bunch of women right now. That's why I'm not distracted by what's going on and everything. Because, if I'm talking to a woman and stuff, yeah, she could leave tomorrow, but it's like, and it could suck. But at the end of the day, I'm still moving on. I'm still pushing. And I was gonna, speaking of your employee, do you remember Zach?
oh my God,
He
Zach
had kids everywhere, man.
everywhere. And let me tell you,
And
that
he had a
guy,
gambling addiction for the casino. I mean, people call crypto a gamble, but this man was literally physically at the casino, constantly losing money.
yeah, well, hey, he was helping the Native American tribes. That's There's a plus to that, I guess. But yeah, he would right when he left. I got 3 court orders for child support on him up to like $1,800 a month. So like his check was like, here's $100. You work 90 hours, here's $100. But the funny thing is, and like I tell you guys, I don't this is we're not this type of channel, but this does affect guys financially, is that child support does not get adjusted down. It rarely does. So if you are building your wealth after you've been put on child support, they're going to raise it, and either the court can do it or the mother can do it. And usually the court will see your tax returns after a couple of years, and they'll just automatically raise it to whatever they feel is sufficient. And unfortunately there's nothing you can do, and there's nothing like employers like myself can do, because I'm court ordered to now do it. And unfortunately what a lot of employers do for guys that have child support, they could just cut you loose, because now I'm liable to the court for making sure that money gets to them every time I pay you. And some employers don't even want to be bothered with the hassle. They just cut them loose. And that's what you got to understand. It's a big risk doing this without setting up a family unit first. But unfortunately, a lot of people don't have that understanding. And people are knocking the family unit, but the family unit sets you up for a lot of not
Oh
just
my gosh, man. So many people, I'm sorry to interrupt, but a lot of people just, they knock traditionalism nowadays. I meet so many women my age that knock. Um, they're like, well, basically, here's their mentality. They'll meet guys my age and yeah, they'll have fun with them. Yeah, they'll hang out with them, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, they're only using those guys for validation. What they really want is a man who's like established, and they're dating older guys. I'm 22 and I'm seeing this. Like, they're basically they're using guys my age for fun and to go do shit and to get validation, and they'll fuck around with those guys until they meet like a 30-year-old who's got like an established foundation, and then they'll get with those guys. Like, you got to have your finances right. And unfortunately, that's how it is. And sometimes it makes me lose faith in unconditional love. But I mean, I know there's going to be somebody out there for me, but it's like, it makes a lot of people like me just want to check out of all that.
Yeah, and but like I was saying before, like a family unit, like let's just put it an individual. Now this is coming from someone who's been in finance. I can tell you, individual, if you start in your 20s, the most you'll get from passive investing into the stock market is like $2.2 million if you started at 20 and ended at 65, right? That is the typical amount, but I'd say between 1.8 and 2.2 million, right? Now, and that's with assuming steady increases in your career path and your income. Now, if you have a two partner household, two people, two earners, it goes from 1.8 to 10.1 to 15 million just from being married. And that is an insane increase. There is a huge incentive for you to be married, do everything at a slow, steady pace, get married, and have that foundation to build upon. Because then both of you will be financially free at that point. Like my parents, they've been married for 40 years. My mom retired at 42 with a net worth of 10 million, and my dad worked because he wanted to until 68 and retired with a net worth of 5 million as a teacher. And they did it through they didn't overspend, they lived very frugally. Whoever made the least, that's what they lived off of. And then they built their investments and saved and built, and they had 1 million in cash plus investments plus properties. And they're able to do things like right now they're traveling before my dad goes to hip surgery. So you want that freedom in the end, and all this superficial stuff, going to the club, going to bars, living like tomorrow, like you never have tomorrow.
Big degenerate activities and
Yeah,
fast women.
exactly.
And speaking of women, like, like a lot of them, how you talk about, getting married and sticking with somebody and all that. A lot of people nowadays, especially women, they don't have that discipline to, stick with somebody. And I know it is a huge risk on the woman's part, because I think we've had this conversation like a couple years ago in your office. It is a huge risk, because a woman's prime beauty years is, when she's young. She could waste that on a guy thinking that, oh, this guy has potential, but in reality he's just a loser. And then she wasted
Mhm.
all her years on that guy. So I mean, that could be a risk. But overall, I think the only I don't think you have to be at a certain point. I think as long as you're, especially if you're young like me, and you have the mindset of improving and all that, I think eventually things will come well. It's just
Oh,
you got to be in
exactly.
that. You have to be in the, oh, if I'm not there yet, I'm gonna get there zone, and you got to have plans to back that shit up.
Exactly. And and I tell you guys, and just I know there's we get a lot of guys that watch, and I see it on our demographics. But let me tell you something, only about 13 to 15% of our audience and our viewership, and like on TikTok, we are, I think the total amount of views is almost 500,000 on all the posts that we've made, and we're only getting about 13%. In the beginning it was only like 8%, but it stepped it up. But if you go back on my Simply Investing channel, on our channel, you go all the way down, I did a video on it like 7 years ago, and women only pay attention to invest, there's only like 3% of the demographics of the videos watching were women. And what you got to understand is men and women think differently upon investing. Some of us A lot of men think about investing in things. Women really invest in people. And like Cody said, it's a huge risk for women to invest in a guy early on, because we all change. I'm not like, I myself am not the same person I was when I was 20 as I am now. It's just I'm just a totally different person, totally different man. I got different visions, different goals than when I had in 20. But if you are able to have an honest talk before you get into a long-term commitment like a marriage, you'll be able to set yourself up for a significant financial windfall, and your partner will be able to help add and join into that, as long as like the expectations are set in the beginning. Because like I always say, my dad sat my mom down and just told her, hey, this is what I expect for a marriage. What do you expect? This is what I expect financially. What do you expect? And they just went down. It's a hard conversation to say, but a lot of young guys, you find some pretty woman that wants to be with you, and then you just nail on. It's done. You're done. And that's how you determine a marriage quality. And that's not a good way to set up for something that you're trying to last for 40 years. You need a little bit more honesty and integrity in that. But with
Yeah.
that said, guys, we're going to end the stream. I got to get to work. I will certainly talk to you guys later. It's been fun. Like and subscribe. Follow us on all the streams and everything. I will see you guys later. Thank you a bunch.